Okay, good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss about the topic that is population. In population, there are three concepts: that's the optimum population, overpopulation, underpopulation. Last day we have discussed that the consequences of overpopulation. Today I will discuss about the underpopulation, the consequences of underpopulation, and the causes of underpopulation. So, what is the underpopulation? Underpopulation means if any country's population is lesser than the country's amount of resource, that time that population is called the underpopulation. The underpopulation condition is also, it has some positive effect and also has some negative effects. What is the negative effects? Negative effects is as the population is lesser than the amount of resources, that time the resources cannot be utilized properly due to lack of population. Okay, so that type of country also does not develop too much. Okay, that is the underpopulation effect. Okay, now briefly I will discuss about the causes of underpopulation. Why the causes of underpopulation? Number one, that is the fertility rate in many developed and developing countries has dropped about to 2 children per woman due to some factors like literacy, economic condition, etc. Due to the literacy, particularly due to the female literacy, development of the economic condition in some countries, some developed countries, generally the number of children decrease. In previous time we see that the number of children near about 5, 6 or 7 but at present this time the number of children becomes 1 or 2. So gradually the number of population decrease. So in this way the underpopulation situation occur. That is number one point. Second is the emigration. What is emigration? Emigration means when any person or some people leave his own place. Here leave means LAV, leave his own place and go to other place and permanently live there. According to his own place, that incident is called the emigration. Okay, emigration. So due to emigration, the person, he or she or some persons leave his own place. That's why particular on that place the population decrease. Okay, so in that area the underpopulation situation occur due to the emigration, and in which area the people or the persons go and live permanently, in that area population increase. Okay, next third point due to which the underpopulation situation occur, that is the illness or disease. Due to the disease or illness, disease or illness, sometimes due to the some disease, like in previous times so many diseases are there which causes the epidemic. Due to this, within a certain time so many people die. In which area this incident happen, that area's population becomes very low. So the underpopulation situation occur also that area. Okay, so due to the disease and illness, it is another cause for the decrease of population or the underpopulation situation occur. Now the consequences of underpopulation. What is the consequences of underpopulation? Consequences means actually the effects of underpopulation. Negative effect. Negative effects of underpopulation. When the underpopulation occurs, suppose in any country there is the optimum population is there. Optimum population means when the total number of population and the resource is near about the same. Okay, or the proportionate. That time that population is called the optimum population. When the population decrease in proportion to the resource, that time it is called the underpopulation. So its some negative effects are there. Number one, underpopulation has an adverse effect to the on the economy. Okay, it causes the deflation. On economy it has negative effect, that is the deflation. Okay. Second, due to the declining of population, it creates the labor shortage. Suppose in any country, when the population becomes decrease or the number of population decrease, that time in that country, in industrial place or in the agricultural field, there creates the shortage of labor. Okay, so that time the country does not develop due to the lack of labor. So it is another problem. Number 3, due to the decreased rates of the procreation, there is an increase in the social and economic pressure. Social and economic pressure also creates on the youth due to the underpopulation. So generally these 3 negative effects are there of the underpopulation. Okay. Next, the population composition. What is the population composition? The term population composition refers to the distinguished attributes. The term population composition refers to the distinguished attributes. Which attributes? Any country's occupation, education, life expectancy, age, sex, and place of residence. These are the attributes of a population, and this is also the composition of the population. Okay, so the term population composition refers to the distinguished attributes. Which attributes are there? That is place of residence, age, sex, occupation, education, life expectancy, these. So this is the population composition. Next, rural urban composition. Rural urban composition we will discuss. Generally in our country we see that some areas are rural, some areas are urban. Generally in which area depends on the agriculture, depends on the primary economic activity. In that area we see the rural people. In that area generally live the rural people. Okay, and those area developed in industry means secondary types of economic activity. In that area we generally see the urban people. Okay, in our country near about 55% people depends on the agriculture. So generally in our country the rural area is more than the urban area. Okay, but if we see in the whole world, that time we will see the most highly urbanized societies in the world are found in, most urbanized society in the world we find in the Western and Northern Europe, Australia, New Zealand, temperate South America and North America. So in the European country, North America, South America, some country, Australia, New Zealand, these countries are urban countries. Generally these countries, all the people live in the urban area. Okay, because all these countries developed country. Why these countries are developed? Because they developed in industry, means on the secondary economic activity. That's why these countries are the developed country. And in many developing countries such as Asia and Africa, the urbanization process has only recently begun. Okay, in Asia, Africa, in these places generally the urbanization process begun, and less than 1/3 of the population lives in urban area. In Asia, Africa, more than 1/3, less than 1/3. Sorry, in Asia, Africa, less than 1/3 people lives in urban area. But in the developed countries, Australia, New Zealand, European countries, North America, South America, some countries, most people live in the urban area. Clear? In developing countries, the rates of growth of urban areas is very high. In developing countries means those countries till not now developed, okay, they are developing, gradually they develop. So in this type of country, the rate of the urbanization is increased highly, okay. Okay, so today's discussion up to this. Next topic I will discuss next.